What did it mean to me to join the MCU? What did it mean to me to join the MCU? Holy smokes. It's a huge surprise. There's dreams you have as a child. You just want to be an actor. Really want to tell stories, but I never imagined that it would be at this level with these people at this time. The MCU has evolved. And so to come at it at this point in my career, where they are in their trajectory, is just is mind blowing, life changing, extremely humbling, and quite exciting.
What would you say is the key to a good villain in the MCU?
What would I say is the key to a good villain in the MCU? Hmm. Well, you have to have a nice voice. You need a good costume. Well, ultimately, you need to really understand what that character is going after and be willing to. The thing I think that separates a villain from a hero is the rules that person, the discomfort that person is willing to experience, and is be quite comfortable with isolation. Um, what else? You gotta let it all hang out as a villain. You gotta be willing to do that and take it there. Uh, yeah.
We've seen you before as He Who Remains, and now appearing as Kang. Can you explain how they are variants of the character?
So you guys saw me as He Who Remains, and now very soon, or if not already, you will see me as Kang. How are these characters different, and how are they the same? Well, first I'll say how they're different, and how are they variants of each other. Uh, they both have the what I call, this is not in the comic books, the Kang gene, right? They have this Kang gene, and the Kang gene is this little bitty element that's inside each Kang that makes them. It's like the little chip that's in them, and they all have the same chip, though they have different operating systems. They also have different software, but they have the same chip. This is getting crazy, but that's how I'm working right now. He Who Remains is a bit more outwardly intellectual. He lives in that world a bit more. He's also physical. Kang is, by definition of his name, a conqueror. So he's extremely physically active. He's making change in his current space, in his current world. Though he's also has a very hyper intelligence. That's overall with Kangs. Kangs have hyper intelligence. That's in the comic books. How else are they different? Well, one wears flip flops and one wears combat boots. I can go on forever. Next question.
What makes Kang the MCU's new and extremely formidable villain?
What makes Kang the MCU's new and extremely formidable supervillain? Um, One, this is a supervillain that is first and foremost flesh and blood. That is spooky because you can relate to him. The other thing is he's seen everything. He knows everything, and it is that amount of time and his relationship to time that makes him that cunning, which gives him that much uh, uh, uncomfortability for the things he's seen, and he has opinions on it. And he has feelings about that. Imagine having feelings about not just your life, but hundreds of thousands of millions of infinite lives. All of that emotion, all of those thoughts, all those dreams and nightmares, all in one individual. That person is extremely dangerous and is not to be reckoned with.
How do you prepare to shoot a scene, and what role does music play in your prep?
How do I prepare to shoot a scene? Well, welcome to the actor studio. No. How do I do that? My process is probably it's not dissimilar from any other actor's process, but I have my own way, I guess. My approach. I believe that I want to do as little acting as possible, and so I try to keep the character as close to me as possible, if not, stay inside the character as much as I can, and only kind of pop out as Jonathan would needs be, doing that respectively of my crew and my fellow castmates. The one thing they may not like is that I do not compromise on playing music. I play my music in the trailer when I wake up in the morning, on game days, I guess on shoot days. And the music is just like a bell, and it just lets me know where we're going that day. It speaks to my instrument, it speaks to the scene, it gives the set a certain energy, and I do that. It's something that me and my theater company would do. I kept it going as I transitioned into film and television, and yeah, it rings a bell. Lets everybody know this is where we're at, And I might be wrong sometimes, and I'll change the song, or if it's getting real serious, I'll turn it off. But uh, we always have the headphones. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah.
Um, what has King done with his inhabitants in the quantum realm?
What has Kang done with its inhabitants? His inhabitants. What has Kang done with the inhabitants of the quantum realm, where I dwell? Well, spoiler alert.